Hey guys, this is the Revolving Battle Fox here, and I am back with another video in my series titled Cosplay, how I choose which conventions I want to go to. I just got done recording my last video in this series about a few minutes ago talking about programming. But now I'm actually going to talk about hotels, because if I'm going out of state, I'm not including, let's just say, if I'm going out of state and I'm staying in a hotel, hotels are very important to me. In fact, it's one of the top things I look for, or I look into whenever I decide which convention I want to go to. And I'm not talking about day cons, I'm talking about cons you have to spend the night, or at least 2 nights for. And when I go, if I'm going to spend a night in a hotel, at this point in my life, I am spending at least 3 to 4 days in there. Maybe even 5 if I could afford it. So yeah, hotels. Like I said, that's a very, very top priority for me. Especially when you have larger conventions. Like I said in my last video, I talked about programming. And you know what? Programming and hotels actually go hand in hand. Because if you got a big convention with a lot of programming going on throughout the night, constant stuff going on throughout the day, it takes a lot of time if you have to take a shuttle, or even worse, an Uber, back and forth to your place. So, and if there's one thing I've learned in my, I guess, career, not even career, but in my times at anime conventions, and when I say anime, I mean just any cosplay convention, one of the biggest things I've learned is you can get money back, but you can't get time back. Your time is precious, and if you're going to a large convention, utilizing your time and planning ahead, as a side note, is your best friend. If you don't do those things, you probably won't have a good time, and you'll probably just be wandering around like a duck or something. And I like ducks, don't get me wrong, but whenever I'm dumping a lot of money into these things, I want to make the most of my time. So yeah, going back and forth on shuttles or Ubers, that's wasting my time and my money when I could be in line somewhere. But hey, I still do it because, you know, sometimes you need downtime. Sometimes I have to go back to the hotel for whatever reason. Sometimes you just gotta take a dump and turn on the air conditioner. I'm just gonna be real with you. And then you go back in another cosplay, or come back when you're fully recharged. It happens, I'm not gonna lie, but you want to try to manage that and limit that to the best of your ability. This is why the closer the hotel, the better. This is why whenever I do go to Anime Expo, I try to get the closest hotel I can possible. Which is, I guess in their case right now, the closest ones are like the JW Marriott, the Ritz, I think the Lux and the Indigo. But I'm always trying to go for like one of the close ones if I can. The Courtyard. So yeah, ideally I like to go for the JW Marriott, but you know, my sister wants me to go for one of the other closer ones whenever we go. So I do that, but the JW is always the first on my list. And I don't mind paying up the marked up funds just to be closer, because yeah, it's worth it. It's almost as important as having a VIP pass. I wouldn't say more important to me personally, but it's up there. It's probably like a decimal or two underneath the priority. And now I'm looking at conventions where you stay at the host hotel, or there's like a sky zone or a tunnel that's connected to it. Tunnel sounds kind of weird, but like a bridge that's connecting to it. MomoCon blew my mind out of the water when I realized their hotel was a host hotel, meaning the convention stay is there. You go to that hotel, you stay at the host hotel, you go downstairs, boom, the convention is there. If you're tired, you need to change your cosplay. It might take about 20 minutes or 10 minutes depending on how close you are, or to the room, or actually how close your room is to the convention. But you know, you go left, you go right, you take the escalators up, and more or less, boom, you're there. And that is what I truly appreciated. And that's probably one of the reasons why that got the edge over Anime Expo for me. Even though I love them both, but just having that host hotel is, if I can, that's of most importance for me. And in fact, if it ain't Anime Expo, and if it's something like Anime Week in Atlanta or MomoCon in the future, I probably won't even go if I don't get the host hotel, just because it works out in my favor. Now, for MomoCon, the embassy is like right across the street, so I have to think about it. But if I'm going to conventions like that, my main priority is to get the host hotel, or a hotel that's very close. I work third shift, and although I did want it to work first shift at my job, third shift is all they had available. Looking at how I go to conventions and how I want to make this a part of my life, I feel like I will literally stay on third shift just to have the opportunity to grab the host hotels, or to grab the close hotels, or even to grab the VIP passes for Anime Expo, or whatever else is having a VIP pass. Because I realize a lot of these places like to drop their hotel reservation bookings. They like to, I guess, release them, or release their tickets around 12 o'clock during the day. And I just have to tell myself, thank God I'm not working first shift, because it is so important to me that I will take a vacation day just for the opportunity to score that host hotel, or to score that VIP pass, for that matter, especially that. But I've already talked about VIP passes, so check out that video if you want to know more about how that plays an important part of my life, or in my cosplay life, when it comes to conventions. But yeah, it's that important to get the host hotel for me. Like, I don't care if the prices are marked up. I like being in there, in the action, being able to go down or go around the corner, go to the convention and go back. And not only this, I'm saying all of this right now because if I'm going to a convention, usually I'm by myself. But now, I love to take my nephew to these things. He's 11 years old, and let me tell you, even though he's not my son, it gets draining to have a child there. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to take him with me to every con I go to. Not gonna happen, obviously, but when I do, when it does happen, when I can take him to a con, I want him to go, because I want him to experience that life and to enjoy that life for as long as he wants to. And as long as he's into it, I'll pay for it if he can go. But having said that, it's draining to take him. So not only if I'm staying at a convention hotel that's far away, or I gotta take a shuttle or Uber, I gotta consider him. I gotta look after him to see if he's drained. And when he gets drained, I get drained. When I was at Anime Expo with him, I wanted to go to the Cowboy Bebop festival or jazz thing, but he was tired. He didn't want to go out anymore. So, and I got tired, looking after him. It probably could have been a different situation if we were at MomoCon and they had something similar. And if my sister was with us, she could have easily watched him while I go back and be like, hey, enjoy the jazz festival. Or, no, wait, I'd be saying that about myself. I'd be saying, hey, have a good night. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to enjoy the jazz festival or whatever. If MomoCon had one. Or Anime Week in Atlanta. But, you get the picture. Not only does it affect myself, but it affects whoever I'm taking with me. And usually I'm just talking about my nephew at this point in time. So yeah, I gotta look after him. I gotta look after myself. And yeah, I could get more done the closer that the hotel is. I think I've hit on everything I need to hit on. So yeah, hotels are extremely important to me. They're probably like in my top 3. Or let me just say top 5 out of the 11. Heck, probably even the top 3 as well. Maybe even the top 2. But, yeah. I want to know, let me know if there's anyone else, if you're watching this, are you like that? Like, will the hotels make or break your convention experience? Do you like to be close to the action, or do you not mind getting an Airbnb somewhere about 10-20 minutes away? Let me know. Let's have a discussion about this. For me, I'm all about paying the marked up prices. Not really, but I'll have, if I want to do it, if I want to go to the hotels, I will. So I'm all about the marked up prices. Not really, but I'm all about being in the action. And when I say marked up prices, I guess I mean being close to the action. So yeah, it's hot. I'm about to go turn my air on, and looks like I'm about to end this video. I've said what I needed to say, I think. So yeah, if you happen to like this video, please consider donating to my GoFundMe. Yes, I have to plug that in every time now. So yeah, considering donating to my GoFundMe, I'd really appreciate it if you did. If you don't got the money, I understand. You can share it or whatever. Or if you want to help me out in other ways to pay for my Anime Weekend Atlanta ticket, I also have an eBay store. I'll put that in the link. I'll put the link in the description below. If you want to check that out, let me know. Message me. Let me know you're from here. I'll give you a discount. Most of those proceeds will help go towards getting an AWA ticket for me. So yeah, or if you can't afford to do either, hey, share the video around. Leave positive vibes in the comments below. Or if you just want to talk about this, talk about the discussion or whatnot, like I said, let's have a discussion. Like, I'm kind of getting loopy and my mind's going all over the place. It's hot, so I'm about to leave. If you happen to like this video, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you gotta do, and I will see you all in the next video. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.